I've been watching Jimmy Johnson. You know, one of the things that Jimmy does so well on a lot of tracks, but this one in particular, he can really run that car free through the center of the corner. We saw that little bobble by the 18 of Kyle Busch when he was leaving this race. You'll see that out of Jimmy Johnson as well, but he makes it work time and time again. And right there was a little bit of a product of as he got inside of Kevin Harvick the last time around. The back end just jumped out on him as he tried to get back to the throttle.
What I love about Jimmy Johnson, Jeff, and you're his teammate for years, you know this. He drives a car right to the limit. If he's got a good car like tonight, he'll put it on the edge. If he's got a fifth place car, he'll bring it home fifth.
Those two Stewart Haas cars, the 14 and 41, keep close tabs on one another, Jamie. Sometimes I wonder if they're too close.
That's exactly right. Well, the 14, you know, he was a guest analyst in our booth for the Xfinity Series race yesterday, so he took a lot of mental notes about this racetrack and that upper groove. Well, he's been too nervous to run up there so far in this race. His car's just been plowing through the center. Talking to his spotter right now, Brett Griffin up on the roof said, man, you need to figure out how to run up there. That's the faster way around. So he's trying to flirt with it, guys, but not sure yet.
Talking about Clint Boyer, Kurt Busch has made that pass and moved on. The three drivers at the front, Truex, Harvick, and Johnson, have a combined 7 Coke 600 wins.
Type 2 diabetes? Listen up. We're not professional athletes, but that doesn't mean we're giving up.
I'm in this for me.
For me. Along with diet and exercise, Farxiga helps lower blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes, lowering A1C by up to 1.2 points.
Do not take if allergic to Farxiga. If you experience symptoms of a serious allergic reaction such as rash, swelling, difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking and seek medical help right away. Do not take Farxiga if you have severe kidney problems, are on dialysis, or have bladder cancer. Tell your doctor right away if you have blood or red color in your urine or pain while you urinate. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast infections in women and men, serious urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, and kidney problems. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have signs of ketoacidosis, which is serious and may lead to death.
I'm in this for my family.
I'm in this for me.
Ask your doctor about Farxiga and learn how you can get it for free. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Introducing the Mercedes-Benz family of vans, including the full-size Sprinter and the mid-size Metris. If these are your wingtips, if this is your gourmet latte, then these are your vans. Vans for professionals. Strictly professionals. Best commercial van residual value according to ALG and starting at just $25,995. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
What are you doing? Good just isn't good enough? Upgrade. For when you're ready to go from great to awesome, upgrade. If your energy drink just isn't getting it done or you're ready for more, upgrade to Extra Strength 5-Hour Energy. Try it once and you'll know why we say upgrade to awesome.
Whew, thank you.
Yeah, it's mine though. Upgrade to Extra Strength 5-Hour Energy. How about this? Upgrade.
I came here to be better. Now I stand here a challenger. I came here to race.
Why do we put so much effort into engineering the Can-Am Defender? Well, why do you put so much effort at everything you do? Because a job worth doing is worth doing right. Can-Am Defender. Tough, capable, clever. Get a 3-year BRP limited warranty plus a $1,500 cash rebate on 2016 Defender models. Visit your local dealer for details.
The Coca-Cola 600 on Fox is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz Vans. Vans. Born to run. And by Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR.
122 laps complete in Charlotte. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything they learned making tires for the grueling demands of NASCAR inspires what rolls into yours. Goodyear, official tire of NASCAR. You're watching Kyle Larson in the 42, takes second place from Kevin Harvick, and here comes Jimmy Johnson coming back after Larson took advantage of Johnson, sliding up the racetrack. Now, how did Kyle Larson get to second place? Let's have a look at this. Jimmy Johnson down to the inside, trying to make the move on Harvick, who was second at the time. And watch what happens right at turn number 2 to Johnson. There, big slide, loses momentum, and here comes Larson.
Mike, I know Jimmy Johnson, the all-star race. Remember the other night, last lap, the 42 car drove into turn 3 and absolutely slid right up in front of Jimmy Johnson to take second. I don't believe Jimmy Johnson is really very happy with having a race with Kyle Larson.
Wonder if Kevin Harvick is. He's in the pits, Vince.
Yeah, Kevin just radioed in, said, I have a tire coming apart, so they wasted no time at all. Got him in. They're also going to put the wrench in the right rear to make a chassis adjustment. As Kevin said, he continues to just get tight as the run goes in that 4 car. So an unexpected stop for the 4 of Kevin Harvick.
So Harvick back on track as we stay green. He will lose 1 lap to Martin Truex Jr., the 78, with that stop.
Jeff, you think that's an oddity? It's not something that the traction compound may have created, or do you think it's just an oddity?
It's a really good question, DW.
Jimmy Johnson now second, 3 seconds back of Truex, man.
Mike, before that last pit stop, Jimmy Johnson, his car was just getting tighter and tighter as he ran, especially through the center of the corner. A wedge adjustment and air pressure hasn't helped. Now it's on the splitter, and that's not his only recent frustration.
How big is that 42 splitter? Fairly small, sir. I'm tired of him driving me into the fence when he passes me.
From up here, I could feel that. I could feel that aggression coming out of that 48 car.
Now, in turn 2, where you saw Johnson slide up the racetrack and lose the spot to Larson the first time, Jimmy said he was on the splitter. Larry.
Yeah, as the speeds go up, the car travels more. So let's use our Ford cutaway car. This could be a change that a lot of teams make during the next stop. What this is here, this is Packers. They're travel limiters. And you see that little shim. You can put a shim right in there. It's just a little thin shim, and that can actually get the car up off the racetrack. I would say at the end of stage 2, as the track goes through a major transition, that adjustment will be made on the front shocks by a lot of race teams, probably the 48 team as well.
Yeah, he's on the splitter and the chip.
Yeah, Larry, and that track temp, as it just keeps coming down, it's just going to keep gaining grip. We've already seen this run showing a lot more speed, which is, I'm sure, adding to that splitter getting into the racetrack, and it is only going to travel further as this race goes on.
Johnson's found something. He's pulling a little bit ahead of Kyle Larson. Remember, Larson had to start in the back row because of failing pre-qualifying inspection. He whipped right through 26 cars in the first 30 laps and has now made his way to 3rd.
Well, he did say how much he was looking forward to passing cars.
Yes, but Mike, you know, talk about the 48 car. There were just sometimes some situations where another driver motivated me to drive a little wee bit harder.
Yep. The report from Kevin Harvick's pit, they did not have a flat tire. They had a loose left rear wheel. That's what brought him to pit road under green. The pole sitter Harvick now 1 lap down.
That's reassuring, because with the grip compound that they put down and everything, I was wondering if that would create any kind of issue, but apparently not.
Well, we haven't seen Kyle Busch come up through there in the way that I anticipated him coming up through there as fast as he was at the end of stage 1. Lost a little bit on the pit sequence or the pit stop.
Larry, what are they looking at here on those wheels that came off Kevin Harvick's car?
They're looking at the lug stud holes right there, because that will tell them that they had a loose wheel. Now, the bad thing about pitting there at lap 124, that's 76 laps to go in the stage, he's going to have to pit an additional time if we don't get a caution.
Now, there's a lot of telltale signs, Mike, when you have a loose wheel. One is the impulse that they have in the air gun itself. Tell them if they hit all the lug nuts, and then when you pull the wheels off, you look at the holes in the wheel and see if they're elongated or not.
You just saw Austin Dillon move his Chevrolet up into 9th place. Martin Truex Jr., the leader now by 4 seconds over Jimmy Johnson.
Why do we put so much effort into engineering the Can-Am Defender? Well, why do you put so much effort at everything you do? Because a job worth doing is worth doing right. Can-Am Defender. Tough, capable, clever. Get a 3-year BRP limited warranty plus a $1,500 cash rebate on 2016 Defender models. Visit your local dealer for details.
Changing your oil after 3,000 miles?
Kevin Harvick.
If you'd use new Mobil 1 annual protection, you wouldn't have to. It protects your engine for 1 year with just one oil change.
Don't change your oil. New Mobil 1 annual protection.
That's new Beneful grain-free. It's so healthy. Farm-raised chicken. It's good chicken. Here come the accents. Blueberries and pumpkin. Wow. And spinach. That was my favorite bite so far.
New Beneful grain-free. Out with the grain, in with the farm-raised chicken. Healthful, flavorful, Beneful.
Hi guys, it's great to be here. In the desert, at the mall, on the mountain, at school, at the beach, in the Big Easy. Yeah. Today I want to show you guys the next-gen Chevy Equinox. What do you think? That's pretty. Pretty sexy.
It looks aggressive.
But not overbearing.
It's not too big, not too small.
Seems like the perfect car for anybody.
I would take it anyway.
She's a bad mamma jamma.
It's the Chevy Memorial Day sales event. Current qualified GM lessees can get this all-new 2018 Equinox for around $239 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Nobody just gives it to you. You gotta find the right moment and take it.
To rock around, that's right, on time is tricky.
The Coca-Cola 600 on Fox is sponsored by Chevrolet, introducing the all-new Chevy Equinox, and by Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of NASCAR.
62 laps to go in stage 2. Let's look at how our Coca-Cola family of drivers are faring. With Austin Dillon and Denny Hamlin in the top 10, Ryan Newman 12th, rookie Daniel Suarez ahead of Joey Logano and Danica Patrick. Now we're 62 laps to go in stage 2. We may also be racing the rain. And Casey Kane slipped up in turn 2, top of the screen.
Just putting it right there on the edge.
Might just remember, guys, this is about the time the track will go through a transition. Larry, you may speak to this, how the track changes from the sun going down and starting to cool. Grip will increase.
It's going to increase overall grip, but what I was getting from some of the crew chiefs, DW, it gains a little more front grip than rear grip, which will make the cars actually a little freer, a little looser.
Yeah, we saw that.
And the drivers have to start driving the cars different as the balance changes, as the grip level increases. Now you have to start pushing the car a little bit harder, driving a little deeper, get back into the gas a little bit sooner, and that's where you'll start to push it further to the edge and jump over it like Casey Kane did.
And that's where we'll also hear drivers like Jimmy Johnson saying, I'm hitting the splitter. Once those speeds pick up, you drive in a little harder, get in a little quicker, you plant that nose a little more, and you're going to get that splitter hitting the track.
Now, we've been caution-free in stage number 2 so far. Kevin Harvick, after making that green flag stop, has now moved up into the free pass position as David Reagan makes a stop, and caution is out. Matt DiBenedetto finds his way into the wall in turn 2, and Kevin Harvick, being the first car 1 lap down, is going to get his lap back. DiBenedetto was 26th.
Pretty hard lick, Mike. Whole right side of that car is pushed in pretty good. Got the window net down. It's a good sign for DiBenedetto.
Around inside there. Well, what a break for Harvick. Not just this caution, but the 38 had just hit pit road, which allowed Kevin Harvick to be the first one to get the free pass.
Rodney Childers, Harvick's crew chief. You see a little smoke upper right from DiBenedetto.
Yep.
And here's your leader, Martin Truex, having to scoot past on the low side.
It almost makes me wonder with that 38 smoking a little bit if he maybe had contact with the wall down here in 3 and 4, and that's the end result.
And the big loser in all this was David Reagan, who had just come to pit road and completed his stop. when the caution flag flew, he would have been the first car one lap down and would have gotten the free pass. But he is now 2 down after making that green flag stop. Now, we talked about the possibility of rain. There is lightning right in the area, so we'll get an update here in just a moment. Martin Truex Jr. is your leader under caution at lap 142.